What's up, everybody? We're back here today to talk about Monday Night Raw for last night. Um, we're just gonna get right into it. I ain't gonna waste any of your time. We're gonna talk about the first segment of the night, which was Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns. Now, Roman Reigns came off to kick the show off. A lot of boos, as usual. Um, Roman Reigns basically calls out Lashley. And he's like, you know what, we don't have to wait till Sunday. We can do this right now. And Bobby seemed to like that idea, but Kurt Angle wasn't having any of it. Kurt Angle comes out, and he's calling out for reinforcements. Because Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns are trying to have a brawl. We had the big locker room pull-apart brawl, which we always see overdone now. I mean, I'm not a fan of the pull-apart brawl anymore. When it was Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar, it made sense. It was nice. It was executed well. But with Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley, it was the most underwhelming pull-apart brawl I have ever seen. I did not care about Roman. I did not care about Bobby. I didn't care about Finn Balor coming out. I didn't care about the Revival coming. I don't care who they brought out. I didn't care about Axel or Hawkins or whoever came out. I didn't care about any single person that came out. Did not give a single crap about anybody. That whole first segment set an awful tone for the whole night. If you wanted the show to be a decent show, you don't start it off like that. And Monday Night Raw, I could tell was going to be a long night when they did this. The thing I'm surprised of is we're in Boston. Boston's a decent market. It's not a Chicago. It's not a New York. It's not any of the big cities, really. And they're smart. They're smart. But we had a bunch of yes chants going on in Boston last night. I was a little confused. I was like, you guys are cheering for this? Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns? We all know if this is a number one contender, that Roman's going to win. But we all know if it's not, Bob Lashley's going to win. I don't care about this feud. It's the most underwhelming feud on the entire roster. Two men with absolutely no charisma. They are not going to do a single thing for anybody come Sunday in Pittsburgh. And this match, if it does main event, I hope people actually get up from the chairs and just either take a bathroom break or leave the arena. I don't care what you do. If you want to stay and get your event chair, because I know you have to stay until the end for that, just go take a 30-minute bathroom break. Nobody cares about this match. Nobody does. And if this is main event's Extreme Rules, then I'll be jittery as shocked. You have AJ Styles defending his WWE World Heavyweight Championship against Rusev. That's going to be the match that everybody wants to see. Everybody loves AJ for what he can do in the ring, and everybody loves Rusev for how good we know he is, but they won't utilize him. Now, the moment that Rusev steps in the ring against AJ Styles, that entire crowd is going to erupt. It doesn't matter if Rusev wins. It doesn't matter if he loses. The whole place is going to be off their feet for Rusev Day. If he does win, I even said it, we're throwing parties. The entire WWE Universe is going to have a party. And if that's not a main event, then Rusev ain't winning. But if this match isn't the main event, then why are we having a main event with nothing on the line? That could be why it's a number one contenders match. It's not confirmed, just speculation that might be a number one contenders match. And that's the only way that makes sense for it to even come close to main eventing. Do I think it should main event even if it is a number one contenders match? No. That match should be second or third on the bill. It does not deserve any sort of spotlight whatsoever. Next, talking about a high work rate match, we're going to have Seth Rollins. He comes out, he's cutting a promo on the Iron Man stipulation that he's going to fight Dolph Ziggler this Sunday. And Dolph Ziggler comes out and he starts bragging about, you know what, I'm 121-0 in amateur wrestling. And then Drew McIntyre is getting involved. He's like, I don't think you can beat me. And the match was scheduled. We had the match scheduled. Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins later on in the night. It's going to be the main event. We're going to talk about the main event at the end, but boy, can Drew McIntyre put on a show. I like Drew McIntyre. Next, we're going to talk about Nia Jax, Natalya versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Actually, you thought we were going to talk about it, because we're really not, because I don't care about it. Nia Jax and Natalya won. Do you care? I don't. But I got to give you some content. So, basically, in this match, Nia Jax just completely took complete control over Mickie James. Got the pin on her, did the leg drop on her. After the match, Alexa Bliss comes in with a kendo stick. This is the part that had me. She comes in with the kendo stick, right? She hits Nia Jax on the back with it, and Nia act like somebody just threw her off the top of Hell in a Cell or something. She's over here selling the injury. I'm like, it's a kendo stick. Come on. You act like it hurts. Sure, it hurts, but it's literally, and I'm not joking, it's literally the least painful thing you can get hit with as any sort of foreign object. Chairs, ladders, whatever it may be. Whatever it may be, it's literally the least of everything. It's the least painful. It's literally the least painful. And they're selling it to be something that's extremely painful. That's why I don't like about this women's division. They did it last year at Extreme Rules. Probably going to do something similar. Probably going to have maybe Alexa Bliss get disqualified or something. We're going to talk about that on Friday morning when it comes to predictions or preview. But I do believe that it did not have a good look hitting people with kendo sticks, and just Natalya didn't get up after it, and Nia is just sitting there. Nia eventually got the kendo stick, tried to chase Alexa Bliss off, ended up working. Alexa Bliss and Mickie James scurried up onto the entrance ramp and left. And we had a promo in the back, nobody cared. Nia Jax was sitting there saying that she knows all of what Alexa... nobody cares. Are you invested in Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss? If you are, you're some sort of crazy. I don't know what it is. Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss, if you have any sort of interest in that match, I don't know how to help you. I don't. We all know Alexa Bliss is going to win, even though Nia Jax should win, because she's... Let's be honest. Who's more believable to win? Little old Bliss or big old Nia Jax? But we all know Ronda Rousey's probably going to get involved because she's sitting at ringside, right? So I want to point something out about this ringside business, right? With Ronda Rousey. John Cena was not allowed, so he became a fan, right? Okay, that made sense. His whole story was, I don't have a match. I need to get to WrestleMania. I'll just watch. I'm just going to watch. And if Undertaker shows up, he shows up. He wasn't ready for that match, obviously. But I want to ask you guys, did Roman Reigns get promoted to show up when he had a ringside ticket? Did CM Punk ever get advertised to show up when he had a ringside ticket? No. None of these guys were ever advertised. And you're advertising Ronda Rousey? Now, I did expect this. I actually did expect that she would show up on the show anyways. But I don't think they should have advertised it. I do not think they should have advertised Ronda Rousey being on the show. Now you know that Ronda Rousey is going to get involved in some case or form, And basically, the finish of the match is already given up. Nia Jax is probably going to lose due to maybe Ronda Rousey getting angry at Alexa Bliss while Alexa Bliss is taunting her, smacks her maybe gets in there. I don't know. But we all know where this is going. I don't think you should advertise it. Now the whole match is already basically given away. Wouldn't have done that. Next segment, we had Kevin Owens in the back with Kurt Angle. Now, Kevin Owens, obviously last week got shoved over in the porta potty. And this week, he comes with a little doctor's note, right? He comes with a doctor's note. And he's telling Kurt that due to the injury she sustained last week, he is not clear to perform this week. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that they're actually going with. Maybe Kevin Owens, he might have tweaked his ankle or something. I'm just on speculation. Nothing actually happened. I'm just saying maybe. Maybe that's why they gave him the week off. I'm not sure if there's anything wrong with Kevin Owens or if it's just storyline, but it could be something with Kevin Owens to just give him a couple extra days. I'm not sure. But it was brilliant. Braun Strowman came in at one point. He had the briefcase. He was staring at Owens. And Kevin Owens is scared, obviously. I mean, it's Braun Strowman. And who wouldn't be scared of Braun Strowman, right? And he's looking at Braun Strowman. He's like, I can't fight tonight. No, get out of here. And Angle was like, actually, I called him in my office because I wanted to inform both of you guys that this Sunday you're going to be in a steel cage match. Excuse me? So, we're putting a feud with nothing on the line in a steel cage. Yeah. Feels bad, man. So this match is going to take place in a steel cage, which only I can assume means that Kevin Owens is going to have a high-risk spot. He's going to be climbing up the cage. He's going to try to jump onto Braun, and somehow it's going to go wrong, whether Braun catches him or moves out of the way. And you could probably expect the cage to fall down, too. I mean, it's probably going to happen, let's be honest. Probably going to be Braun. Let's talk about that on Friday morning, though. We're not going to get too far into that right now. But I don't see why it needs to be in a steel cage. Next, we have everybody's favorite feud on Monday Night Raw. The Congo Line. The Congo Line with No Way Jose versus Mojo Rawley. Mojo won. That's all you need to know. Ain't nobody invested in the feud. Not sure why it's even a feud. Next, we had the counseling session between Sasha Banks and Bayley. And this whole night with this counseling session was just awful. So basically they said Dr. Shelby couldn't handle what Bayley and Sasha did last week, so they needed a new counselor for this week. I'm not sure if Shelby's going to come back or whatever, but this week they had a new counselor. And during that entire segment, they kept showing them backstage, and earlier today them looking at each other and talking to each other. We couldn't hear what they were saying. The only thing we got to hear tonight was Bayley basically telling Sasha Banks that all she cares about is herself and that she hasn't changed since her NXT days. Now, if that is true that she hasn't changed from her NXT days, please sign me up. I'll sign on the dotted line right now. I will, yeah. Sign me up. If Sasha Banks says it hasn't changed since her NXT days, then you got something special. But I'm telling you right now, she has changed since her NXT days because the main roster doesn't let her do what Sasha Banks can do. That simple. Along with Bayley, too. Nothing wrong with Bayley. Bayley's not been let to do what we all know she can do. We know the matches that they put on in Brooklyn and the Iron Woman match, and we know all these matches that Bayley and Sasha have taken place in, and we all know they were great. Now, the thing is, they're on Monday Night Raw, which has Ronda Rousey on it, first off, so nobody's going to be pushed, unless your name's Alexa Bliss, and Vince McMahon has a crush on you somewhere in the back, or someone in the back has a crush on you, that they just keep giving you title reigns. Unless you're one of those two, you're not going to have much success on Monday Night Raw. No. Now, they're trying to make this a big feud. They're trying to make this special, but it's not. It's not. It's nothing special. It needs the title involved. It needs to be a blood feud. They need to actually show emotion. They need to replicate what they did in NXT and just give little improvements on it. Now, you can't tell me you put Sasha Banks and Bayley in Brooklyn again, SummerSlam. I don't care. It doesn't have to be the exact same kind of match. It doesn't have to be the same thing it was. But you're telling me you can't have that spot where Sasha Banks has Bayley in the bank statement, Bayley reaching out, and then just Sasha going in on her hand. That was my favorite part of that entire match. Just stomping on the hand. You can't tell me that doesn't get over in the Brooklyn crowd. You can't tell me anything that tells me that if you let both of these women perform, that it doesn't get over in Brooklyn. Guarantee you it will. They won't end up being over in Brooklyn because they're not going to let them come anywhere near it. What we saw in Brooklyn for the first takeover was probably a 9. It was probably one of the best women's matches in the past decade. It was really good. It opened everybody's eyes. Twitter blew up, Instagram blew up, everything blew up. Everybody was talking about that match. Now, I wasn't a big NXT guy before then. I watched the shows here and there, watched takeovers. But I saw that match and I was like, oh my, is NXT something special? And it really is. I'm telling you, these two can do a whole lot better than what they're going to end up doing. And it's not their fault. It's creative's fault. It is. And it's sad. Like I said last night, I'd rather see the rerun of their TakeOver Brooklyn and or Iron Woman match on the Titantron than see them two in the ring doing what we know they can do, but they're not doing it. So basically, what I'm saying is, I'd rather see something we've seen all before. I'd rather even see the whole crowd from TakeOver Brooklyn. I'd rather see that on a SummerSlam than them not put on the match that we can. I mean, we all know what they can do, and it's a shame if they don't. Next, we're going to talk about the Deleters of World and the B Team. Now, Bo Dallas was scheduled to fight Matt Hardy for the evening, and Bo Dallas picks up the victory. For a moment there, I thought Bo Dallas was about to fight in his little beard. I was like, hold up. But Bo Dallas took the beard off, sadly. And Bo Dallas ended up pinning Matt Hardy. Quick little roll up. Easy money. Same celebration. Getting a little old. B Team, come on. You're undefeated. You don't need to roll around in the ring together. Then the Bray Wyatt flash of the lights. They're both outside the ring. I was like, wait a minute. Why did Matt Hardy get out of the ring just to get back in the ring? What? What, brother? Come on, brother. Anyways. Beat down after the match. And the Deleters of World. Standing high, going into Extreme Rules. And this is worrying me. This is actually low-key worrying. What if the B Team, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, somehow get a title run? Did we ever think about that? Did we ever think about what happens if these two men actually get a title run? Fan of you guys. Not a fan of your team, though. I don't know what to say. Next, we had a match. I mean, Ember Moon's matches, don't get me wrong, she can put on great matches. She did with Asuka. I am sure she can do it with Bayley, Sasha, put her over on SmackDown, Becky, Charlotte, whoever you might want to pick. I don't really care. But I know Ember Moon can put on good matches. She ended up beating Liv Morgan here, but this match wasn't good at all, by any means of the standpoint. And I think that's accredited to Liv Morgan, actually. Liv Morgan, let's be honest, she can't really wrestle. She could not find her way out of a paper bag if she had to. And I like Ember Moon. She's been one of my favorites since debuting on Monday Night Raw. She was one of my favorites to win Money in the Bank. Didn't happen. I really want to see Ember Moon get a push, but she has matches against Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. I don't know what to say. I'm not a huge fan of anything to do with the Riot Squad unless it's Ruby Riot individually. I don't like them together, but I do like Ruby Riot. I think she is something special. And she's going to be out for a while, by the way. But Ember Moon should not have allowed Liv Morgan to hang with her for as long as she did. Liv Morgan had the little rest hold at the beginning. I was like, wait a minute. We all know it ain't possible. That Moon would wrestle her out of the building. But Liv Morgan hung with her, apparently. I don't believe it. You might not believe it. You probably shouldn't believe it. But there we go again. Somebody in the back trying to get their blondes on TV. Much rather would have seen something like Ember Moon versus... I don't really care, actually. I don't really care to propose something. I don't know who you'd put her up against, actually. Next, we had Baron Corbin. Constable Corbin. I want to speak about Constable Corbin. I love him. I love what Constable Corbin has done. There's something about Corbin that just screams perfect. Now, we all know Corbin's the heel. He'll spit in your face. He'll be like, I'm better than you. Sure. He's one of those cocky guys. Cocky little guys. And something about wearing a suit while you fight, that just screams heel to me. I don't know why. But I love it. I love Baron Corbin in a suit fighting. And he was teaming with Elias. They were singing the Itsy Bitsy Spider, which only tells me that somebody in the back, I don't know who it is, maybe Vince, Dallas, maybe Kevin Dunn, maybe Road Dogg, I'm not sure. Somebody in the back realizes that their lullabies they're singing is actually their show. The Itsy Bitsy Spider wasn't the thing that put people to sleep on Monday Night Raw. It was actually their show. They wanted to tell you that they knew that. Possible. Just a little sign there. Anyways, Baron Corbin and Elias got the victory. Everybody loves Elias. Elias is Monday Night Raw's version of my boy, the modern day Rusev Day. You thought about saying Jinder Mahal. No. I'm not a Jinder Mahal fan. I'm a Rusev fan. You're like, what are you pointing at? I got a little poster of Rusev right here. Yeah. So, my boy Rusev, Elias is getting on that level now on Monday Night Raw. Elias is over. Rusev was really over. But, we're not going to waste too much time talking about that. It is what it is. Then we had Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins. With the stipulation, if Drew McIntyre loses, he is banned from ringside. Now, I don't know what you guys expected going into this match with this stipulation, but when I saw this, I was like, obviously, in this match, there is going to be some sort of interference or something that causes Drew McIntyre to pick up the victory over Seth Rollins. Was I right? Yes. Drew McIntyre ended up beating Seth Rollins, and he is not banned from ringside, which makes perfect sense, because you know Drew McIntyre is going to somehow get involved in one of the counts, maybe two, on Sunday, and possibly cost Seth Rollins the match, and it makes sense. It makes sense why he's not banned from ringside. I mean, I didn't expect him to be. You guys probably didn't expect him to be. Nothing out of the normal, and I'm not going to waste too much time on that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching the Monday Night Raw review. Come back tomorrow morning, and we're going to be talking about SmackDown. And Friday morning, we're going to be talking about our Lord, our Savior. Will he win the WWE World Heavyweight Championship this Sunday? I don't know. I'm hoping he does. Rusev. I can't wait for him. I'm going to be going up to St. Louis on Sunday for a baseball game. I'm just going to wear a Rusev Day shirt up there. I mean, sorry, but it's Rusev. You got a championship match. I'm excited for that sucker. Come on, let's go. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go for today. See you guys tomorrow with the SmackDown Live review. Hopefully, we'll be talking about Rusev, actually. Anyways, see you guys.